So today I have got for you a tutorial on vinyl cutting, which is my new favourite thing. I'm sad, I know. So I bought a Cricut Joy, which is like the mini vinyl cutter from Cricut. Cricut? I don't know, Cricut. So you can pretty much cut vinyl to go on any surface, and you can do iron-on vinyls as well. You can get permanent, you can get non-permanent. So I bought the mini vinyl cutter from Cricut with the hope to do some crafty things for my wedding, and boy have I been crafting. I've done these little slates with baby names and birthdays on. So these are my wedding shoes, and on the bottom I put in rose gold happily ever after. The other one has Disney Castle and the date of my wedding. So I'm just going to show you how to do a basic Cricut and put it onto a water bottle. The bottle I'm going to transfer onto is from Amazon. It's a bit like a chili water bottle. I've measured across is 7.5 centimeters. It just looks like this. It's blue. I'm going to put on it this grey. I'll show you how to create the image first using the Cricut software, and then I'll show you how it prints out and everything.
So first thing you want to do is open up the Cricut design space, and this works with phone, iPad, laptop, computer. I'm using it on my Mac. And then I want to go to Safari and pick the image that I want to use on the bottle. So this I'm making a bottle for the company Databound. So I want to get their logo off their website. Zoom into the logo and select the images that I want. So for this it's the logo, and then separately I'm going to select the text. Then go back to Cricut Design Space and upload the image. And for this image I'm going to click Simple because I just want it in 2 colours. And then click the parts of the image that you want removed. So for this I want the navy background removed and I want to keep the white logo. Then label the image and add the tag so that you can find it again later. And then at the bottom of the screen it said Insert Image. I clicked that, put the image on the page and made it a bit bigger so I can see it. It's easier to make the image bigger or zoom in and then size it right at the end. I then changed the cut lines to grey just to make it easier to see. And I uploaded the logo and the slogan for the company and also made those grey so they were easier to see. I then arranged them on the design space. At this point Your Data Our Solutions looked a bit big, so I took a square and covered the Your Data part. You then select the square and the slogan and click cut, and you can cut away parts of the text. This is the easiest way I've found of cutting an image rather than having to print screen it all separate. So now I've got Your Data separately. I then put a square over Your Solutions and cut that too, so I've got really crisp text. So then I made them grey so they match and arranged it all on the design space. Then I select the whole image and group it and then weld it. From this point you can't edit the image again unless you Ctrl Z to undo your weld.
So now I've made my image, I need to get some vinyl. So this is Oracle 651. I got 40 sheets of assorted colours on Amazon for £22, and then you also need this transfer paper, which is basically sticky back plastic, and it was like £2 for an A4 sheet or £5 for a metre roll. So I also ordered some metre rolls, but they haven't arrived yet and I got impatient. I also, when I first got the machine, just used sticky tape. It worked, it just didn't pick up the letters very easily. It is easier with this though. And then my logo is 7 by 6, so I take my A4 sheet and it shows it on the screen as if it was on the mat. So I've got this mat, it came with it. I just keep the film on to keep it sticky, but apparently if this loses its stick, you can Pritt stick it or spray glue. So you get your vinyl and you put it on the mat as if you would put it in the machine, and then you just mark out 7.5 by 6, which is what mine is. So I marked that with Sharpie here in here. And then I'm going to take it off and just cut a square so I don't have to waste vinyl. And I do tend to cut it slightly bigger than the lines because I always muck up the measuring. So I've got my piece, there's my 7.5, 6 mark. I've just gone about ½ centimetre over and then stick it back in the mat. If you're using the smart vinyl that comes with it, you put the whole vinyl in instead of putting it on the mat, but you basically waste this top section because it won't cut on that top section, which is really frustrating.
So going back to my design, I now want to shrink it to the size that I've just measured out, and then when I'm happy with it, I'm going to click the green button in the top corner, and it'll ask you if you want to cut on smart vinyl or your mat. So I clicked on mat, and it shows how your design looks on your mat, so you can measure it out and make sure it's the same. Then click the green button in the bottom right, and then I want to search the vinyl. I'm using permanent vinyl, which Cricut reads as premium vinyl.
So excuse me, I'm literally sat on the floor. So if you click continue on the Cricut, and then the little wheels will start rolling if you just put the mat in. See, if you can hear that? And then it measures it up. Once it's measured it up and it knows that you've got the right amount, just click go. And it should just print it out. So while that's printing, I just want to cut a piece of sticky black plastic the size I need. It's about this big. And then I bought this weeding tool, which is basically what the dentist scratches your teeth with. And this is really good for scraping out like the middle of the O's on the letters. You can just use tweezers, which is what I used before this arrived, but it's just easier because you can get in a smaller hole. So then you should have your cut out image, and you can see some of the very small holes. It's caught on like the center of the O's and pulled them out. That's not a problem. If that happens, just take off the excess vinyl like you normally would, and you can use this little tool to like maneuver bits back into place. So if I go like this, you should be able to see my area of working. I'm just going to remove all the dead space, so all the bits I don't want. So just like hook the corner like hook a duck and peel it away. And if any bits get stuck to the plastic, you can just hold them down with the weeding tool. This is much easier if you use bigger fonts. So this piece here, I just went to pick up and it got stuck to the vinyl that I was trying to pull away, but you can kind of see underneath the scores of where it cut, so it's quite easy to just like pop it back in place. So now I've got off all the excess bit, I'm just going to straighten up some bits. So now I've got the outline, I just need to pick out all the middle bits. And like I said, bigger fonts are easier, so like the fonts that I did for my wedding shoes, the writing's much bigger, so peeling off the vinyl, I just did it in one go. Because this is smaller and it wants to pick up all the little bits, I had to take a lot more time. Some of my letters moved, but I just popped them back in. I've got my transfer tape, peel it off, stick it on, rub, 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 rub. Sorry, my camera's just died, so I'm going to finish the rest on my iPhone.
So all I did was peel off the sticky back plastic, laid it on the bottle, and then rubbed the back of the plastic with my credit card. I do have videos of that, but unfortunately I don't want you all to have my credit card details. When you're done rubbing over it with the credit card, you need to peel back the transfer tape, and it should leave the image stuck to your item.
Thank you for watching this review of the Cricut drawing. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and there'll be more videos to come. Thank you, bye!